reiterates call for seafarers to register in COVID vaccination portal. IMEC reports downtrend employment of Filipino seafarers. ATSMI appeals to resume face-to-face training. Captain of abandoned MV Ali Bay sends video for help. Welcome to Marine World Weekend. I am Lynn Bacani. The Maritime Industry Authority or MARINA has reiterated its call for the seafarers to register in the MARINA COVID-19 vaccination registration portal to accelerate the vaccination rollout for Filipino seafarers. MARINA Advisory 2021-53 asks all licensed manning agencies, shipping companies, charterers, domestic shipping or boat operators to mandate their seafarers to register at seafarers-covac.marina.gov.ph. This is to verify vaccination records, particularly those that may be undertaken by port state authorities. Seafarers who have received or completed their vaccination shots must update their records by uploading the vaccination record for card issued by appropriate authorities within and outside the Philippines. The portal registration for seafarers who have yet to receive their COVID-19 vaccines shall be the basis for the allocation of vaccine for MARINA-led inoculation. MARINA shall advise wait-listed seafarers of the date, venue, and time of their vaccination. Meanwhile, licensed manning agencies and shipping companies that have not yet enrolled in the MARINA COVID-19 vaccination registration portal should send email to covax@mail.marina.gov.ph. The advisory underscored if and when port state control authorities in the future will undertake verification of vaccination details of Filipino seafarers on board ocean-going vessels, MARINA will only attest as to the existence or non-existence of such record in its database. Further, MARINA shall not be held responsible for the failure of seafarers to update their records if such or similar situation will arise while in foreign ports. The Philippine Coast Guard or PCG assures the public that it is strictly monitoring vital sea lanes, maritime transportation installations, and infrastructures. This is in response to the Japanese embassy's advice to its citizens to avoid religious facilities and crowds due to possible terror attacks in 6 Southeast Asian countries, including the Philippines. PCG Commandant Vice Admiral Leopoldo Laroya says the public should not be alarmed as they continuously intensify border protection measures and 24/7 seaborne patrol operations for public safety. Moreover, Laroya says the PCG intelligence officers and deployed personnel are always coordinating with the National Intelligence Committee, Anti-Terrorism Council, Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the Philippine National Police to assist in the implementation of a whole-of-nation approach in dealing with national security and public safety issues. The commandant, however, enjoined the general public to remain vigilant and report to proper authorities any suspicious person or activity in seaports, harbors, and coastal communities for immediate action. Up next, IMEC reports downtrend employment of Filipino seafarers. ATSMI appeals to resume face-to-face training.
What if I tell you that KSIM Connect has become a reality? It is the cloud-based ecosystem for maritime education and training, where Kongsberg provides simulation and services to all members. As an instructor, my main goal is to educate and train seafarers to acquire skills promoting safety, sustainability, and efficiency at sea. At KSIM Connect, I can efficiently manage my simulators, my exercises, and my students. In the exercise archive, I can store my library of exercises, and if I want, collaborate and share them with my colleagues or others in the global community. KSIM Connect enables me to give students access to cloud simulation, so they can train anytime and anywhere while learning at their own pace. In addition, I can explore the library of models and exercise areas, download or subscribe those that fit the learning objectives, and I can even order spare parts or a service visit if needed. Kongsberg has started to create the future of maritime education and training by creating the community where instructors can find news, explore and download available simulator models, distribute or share exercises that fit the curriculum. Imagine using Case and Connect to integrate our simulators in the same virtual exercise environment, enabling students to train and interact together. It doesn't matter whether you're in Singapore, Australia, or in the United States. As long as you're online, you are part of the knowledge-sharing community. Kongsberg is shaping the future of maritime education and training by creating the community. Let's continue building this community together for the benefit of ourselves and the entire maritime training industry. Join Case and Connect today.
Mariana Academy of Maritime Studies. Full STCW assessment for seafarers. One-stop shop. Unique with mapped-up bridge. Mariana Academy of Maritime Studies stands firm on its commitment on training and assessment despite challenges of the pandemic. The Association of Technical Schools in Manila, or ATSMI, a socio-civic association of private Manila technical vocational institutions, has appealed to Senator Bongo to allow the conduct of face-to-face training and assessment of seafarers while strictly observing the health protocols. In its letter to Senator Go, Course 2 tests the Deputy Director General John Bertiz, ATSMI President and VP of Southern Institute of Maritime Studies Glenn Mark Blasquez says the seafarers need to update their training requirements to be able to get deployed. Blasquez warns the Filipino seafarers might be replaced by other nationalities if they will not be able to complete their trainings and assessments. He stressed every ship requires chief cook to prepare food for the crew and messman to help manage the kitchen. The ATSMI appeal is in response to Interagency Task Force Guidelines, or IATF Resolution Number 115 Series of 2021, dated May 13, 2021, prohibiting the conduct of training and assessment during Enhanced Community Quarantine, or ECQ, and Modified Enhanced Quarantine, or MECQ. The International Maritime Employers Council, or IMEC, has reported a downtrend employment of Filipino seafarers on board ocean-going vessels. The report particularly refers to the IMEC 2021 membership survey undertaken shortly after the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration or POEA published the Filipino seafarer deployment statistics for 2019 and 2020. The survey shows, compared to the last 6 years, whilst the Philippines continues to be the largest supplier of ratings, there is a slow downward trend and a steady upward trend from the Indian subcontinent. With similar downward and upward trend, the Indian subcontinent overtook the Philippines as the largest supplier of officers, and the gap has continued to grow over the past 4 years. Based on the grand totals from the BIMCO ICS Seafarer Workforce Report 2021, IMEC with over 250 member organizations represents 17% of the world's seafarers. The report says the survey has produced some conclusive but perhaps unsurprising results when it comes to crewing patterns. Over the last few years, IMEC has been vocal on the various issues in the Philippines that are making Filipino seafarers a less attractive option. Whether it be the rising national mandatory funding elements from the country, the growing claims culture, or concerns over maritime educational standards, Filipino seafarers continue to become a more expensive and risk-laden labor option, the report says. Up next, Captain of abandoned MV Ali Bay sends video for help. Sailor Society repatriates empty Manaman 8 seafarers. The captain of the MV Ali Bay, abandoned and detained alongside Constanza port in Romania since November 30, 2020, has sent a bleak video to the Human Rights at Sea or HRS to continue to ask for help. Captain Abdullah Daha updates HRS on their poor living conditions on board while worrying about their health due to the approaching winter. Aside from Daha are 3 Syrian crew who remain in unnecessary limbo without full settlement of their wages owed, amounting to $186,000 US.
Good day. I am master of motor vessel Ali Bay, which detained at Romanian Constanza port since November 2020. I like to update our conditions, our situation. Owner still until now trying to make us giving up to accept too much less than our rights and our wages. Also, they tried to send one man to the vessel to discuss with us to accept about 60% from our total wages. Also, they sent the threat by his lawyer that they can defeat this case due to the lack of jurisdiction of the Romanian court, because our expired contract, that if any disagreement between crew and owner, the final decision will be to the Panama courts. Also, she said that they can appeal in the Romanian court for at least 1 year more. We still now 4 persons on board, including me. Our situation is less than normal. Still ITF supporting us with provisions, but we're still living here in the vessel like a jail, like a jail. We cannot go outside, we cannot make anything. We live only in this ship and in the berth. And now also winter is coming, and we are afraid too much from the heat treatment. Thank you for your caring. Thank you for your interesting.
The Sailor Society has secured the release and repatriation of the 5 acquitted seafarers of the MT Manaman 8. The young seafarers were found innocent of all charges but were abandoned by their shipping company and agent, and having not received any wages for several months, they found themselves without the means to pay for their release or return home. Deepak Ravi and 4 fellow Indian crew spent 6 months in an Iranian prison after being arrested on suspicion of transporting illegal oil in March this year. Sailor Society stepped in to organize their release and repatriation, as well as coordinating with maritime partners, the Seafarers Charity, Stella Maris, and the Mission to Seafarers to jointly fund the costs of their homeward journeys. The 5 Indian crew have finally been reunited with their families. Next, on Maritime Viewpoints, our guests, Global Union leaders, AMUSU President Dr. Conrad Oka and ITF Secretary General Stephen Cotton. The month of September is declared as Maritime and Archipelagic Nation Awareness Month, or MANAMO, pursuant to the Proclamation 316 series of 2017, which synchronizes the National Maritime Day, International Coastal Cleanup Day, and Fish Conservation Week. The MANAMO theme for 2021 is Our Seas, Our Livelihood, Our Heritage, Connecting Lives and Nations. Let us celebrate our maritime heritage and marine wealth, as well as raise awareness on the challenges and opportunities. Thank you for watching Marine World Weekend. Stay tuned on Marine World Online for more maritime news and views. See you again next Saturday. I am Jean Bacani. Stay safe.